Welcome to Motivation Station, 3rd grade math edition. I'm Miss Kay Johnson, and today we're going to continue learning about volume, and we're going to use volume to solve word problems that have addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Let's start off with our joke of the day. What did the 0 say to the 8? Hey, nice belt. All right, back to our targets. We are going to solve one-step word problems involving volume. Let's take a look at these 2 beakers. The question is, which one of these containers has a greater volume? It's always a good habit to read each word problem twice. So I'm going to say it again. Which one of these containers has a greater volume? Well, I see the word greater, and I know that I have to look at both containers to see which one has more liquid. This one looks like it does, and I want to pick that right away. But I'm going to determine my scale for each one and then see how much each one has in it. This one's counting by 5s, and there are 5 in between each set of numbers. So if I go to 15 and then say 16, 17, 18, 19, this one has 19 milliliters. And if I look at container B, it's right on the 20. So I now know that container B has 20 and it has the greater volume. Our next word problem is here. I like to take a look at the pictures first. I see that this one has 11 milliliters and this one has 11 milliliters. And now I'm going to read my question. Sarah has 2 containers that each have 11 milliliters of liquid. How much liquid in both containers? If I have to figure, you know what? I better read that problem again. Sarah has 2 containers that each have 11 milliliters of liquid. How much liquid in both containers? Well, I see 11 and 11, and I need to find out what's in both. So I'm going to add those 2 together, and I know that 11 plus 11 is 22. That was an adding volume problem. Let's see what this one has. Now, let's read the question. Sarah has 440 milliliters of water. That's what's shown here in the container. 40 milliliters of water. Okay. She only needs 320 milliliters. How much does she need to pour out? Oh, I don't understand. I'm going to read it again. Sarah has 440 milliliters of water. Okay, I see that. She only needs 320 milliliters, so that's less than 440. How much does she need to pour out? Oh, I understand. She has to come down to this line, 320. So she would need to find the difference in 440 and 320. Or there's another way. If I know she's got to land at this line, I could just count up to this line to find my answer. So she wants to land on 320, that would be 20, 40, 60, 80, 120. And so either way would work. I could find the difference in 440 and 320, and that's 120. Or I could count up from where the line needs to be to where it already is. And that's a subtraction volume problem. Let's see what this one has. I see my picture. It's got 5, 10, 15, so it's counting by 5s. And then there are 5 lines, so that means that it's got on a 1, it's counting by 1, so 5, 6, 7, 8. I see a graduated cylinder with 8. Oh, this says liters in it. That's bigger than a milliliter. Let's read the question. Sarah has 5 containers with 8 liters of punch in each one. How many total liters does she have? Well, I see 1 container of 8. I better read it again. Sarah has 5 containers with 8 liters of punch in each one. How many total liters does she have? Okay, so I have to picture 5 of these containers and 5 groups of 8, which I know how to skip count by 5s. 8 times 5 groups of 8 is 40. So she has 40 liters. Let's take a look at this word problem. The picture counts by 5s, and in between each 5, there are 5 lines, so it's the scale is 1s. It's counting by 1s. So this one has 15, 16, 17, 18 milliliters in it. Let's read the problem. Sarah has 18 milliliters of water that has to be poured evenly into 3 containers. How many milliliters will be in each container? That sounds kind of tricky. Let me read it again. Sarah has 18 milliliters of water that has to be poured evenly in 3 containers. How many milliliters will be in each container? Oh, I see. She has 18 milliliters and she has to divide it. Poured means divide it evenly by 3 into 3 containers. So 18 divided by 3 would be 6 milliliters in each container. I'm going to show you 2 practice problems for you to do, and then you could turn them into your teacher. I'll leave them on the screen for a while so you could write them down. Here's the first one. We'll read it together. I have 7 2-liter bottles of soda. How much soda do I have? I have 7 2-liter bottles of soda. How much soda do I have? That sounds like a good one. And the second problem you have to do is Leah has 320 milliliters of soda and Noah has 150 milliliters. How much more does Leah have? Oh, I like that one. Leah has 320 milliliters of soda and Noah has 150 milliliters. How much more does Leah have? I'm giving you a chance to write these down or take notes. You can solve them on your own and turn them into your teacher. I'm going to give you 1 more minute to finish writing down the 2 problems. And then on your own, work through them to solve them. And you can talk to your teacher about them when she calls you. Now we're going to watch a video of kids having fun trying to find the volume of a kiddie pool. They're taking 1 and 2 liter bottles of water and filling it up to the fill line. We've put the video in fast forward so you don't have to watch the whole thing. It is taking a lot of them. Almost finished. It took 102 liters of water to fill up the kiddie pool. That's a lot of volume. Wow, those word problems were hard. That's all the time we have for now. I'm Miss Kay Johnson, and I'll see you next time.